The Israelites, Part 5, the Holy Quran, Chapter 2, verses 87, 96. Let's begin with the supplication. I seek refuge in Allah from the rejected Satan. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Surely we, Allah, gave Moses the scripture and caused a train of messengers to follow him, and then sent Jesus, the son of Mary, with clear proofs and supported him with the spirit of holiness. But is it not true that every time a messenger brought to you something that was not to your liking, you acted arrogantly? You called some messengers liars and killed others. They say, our hearts are well protected. No. The fact is that Allah has cursed them because of their denying the truth. So scarcely do they believe, and now that there has come to them a book from Allah, how are they treating it? Even though it confirms the truth already in their possession, and even though they had prayed for victory against the unbelievers, and yet when that book came to them and they recognized it, they refused to acknowledge its truth. Allah's curse be upon the unbelievers. A brief commentary on these verses will be beneficial. Before the advent of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing of Allah be on him, the Jews were eagerly awaiting a prophet whose coming had been prophesied by their own prophets. In fact, the Jews used to pray for his advent so that the dominance of the unbelievers could come to an end, and the age of their own dominance be ushered in. The people of Madina were witnesses to the fact that these same Jewish neighbors of theirs had yearned for the advent of such a prophet. They often used to say, people may oppress us today as they wish, but when our awaited prophet comes, we will settle our scores with our oppressors. Since the people of Madina had themselves heard such statements, they were inclined to embrace the religion of the Prophet all the more readily, lest their Jewish neighbors supersede them in acquiring this honor. It was therefore astonishing for them to find that when the promised prophet did appear, those same Jews who had so eagerly looked forward to welcoming him rather turned into his greatest enemies. The statement, and they recognized it in the verse, is confirmed by several contemporaneous events. The most authentic evidence in this connection is that of Safiyah, a wife of the Prophet, who was herself the daughter of one learned Jewish scholar, Huyai ibn Akhtab, and the niece of another, Abu Yasir. She says that when Prophet Muhammad migrated to Madina, both her father and uncle went to meet him and conversed with him for quite a while. When they returned home, she heard the following conversation, which is referenced in the biographies authored by Ibn Hisham, Ibn Ishaq, and Egilom. Uncle said, is he really the same prophet whose advent has been prophesied in our scriptures? Father said, by God he is. Uncle responded, do you believe that? Father's response, yes. Uncle asked, then what do you intend to do? Father replied, I will continue to oppose him and will not let his claim prevail as long as I live. We now continue to the next verse, number 90. Speaking about the Israelites who had rejected Islam, Allah the Exalted says, evil indeed is what they console themselves with. They deny the guidance revealed by Allah, grudging that he chose to bestow his gracious bounty of revelation and prophethood on whom he willed from among his servants. Thus, they have brought on themselves wrath after wrath, and a humiliating chastisement is in store for such unbelievers. When they are told, believe in what Allah has revealed, they say, we believe only in what was revealed to us. They deny everything else, even though it is the truth which confirms what they possess. Say to them, if indeed you are believers, why is it that in the past you killed the prophets of Allah who were from Israel? Moses came to you with clear proofs, and yet you were so wont to wrongdoing that as soon as he was gone, you took to worshipping the calf. Recall the covenant we made with you and cause the mount to tower above you, stressing, hold to what we have given you with full strength and give heed to it. But their forefathers said, we hear, but we disobey, for their hearts were overflowing with love for the calf because of their unbelief. Say, if you are people of faith, then evil are the things that your faith enjoins upon you. Say to them, if indeed the last abode with Allah is yours in exclusion of other people, then long for death if you are truthful. But they shall never long for it because of the evil deeds they have committed. Allah is well aware of the wrongdoers. You will certainly find them most eager to cling on to life, indeed even more eager than those who associate others with Allah in His divinity. Each one of them wishes to live 1,000 years, although the bestowal of long life cannot remove him from chastisement. Allah sees whatever they do,